The vast emptiness of space stretched like an infinite black canvas, punctuated by distant starlight. Siak-Ho's research vessel drifted quietly through the Crimson Nebula, its sensors constantly scanning the surrounding cosmic environment. At 43 standard years, he was considered a veteran xenobiologist among his people, known for his meticulous research and unusual curiosity about other species. His long fingers moved smoothly across holographic control panels, tracking geological signatures and electromagnetic patterns. Most researchers in his species preferred routine monitoring, but Siak-Ho always hoped for something unexpected. Today, the universe would grant his unspoken wish. A sudden electromagnetic pulse flickered across his primary display. Most navigators would have dismissed it as cosmic interference, but Siak-Ho's trained eye recognized something different. Something was moving erratically through a dense asteroid field, something mechanical and clearly in distress. Zooming into the coordinates, he discovered a damaged human exploration pod. Its hull was scarred with multiple micropunctures, indicating a violent encounter with asteroid fragments. The pod's emergency systems were failing, its power signature dropping rapidly. Siak-Ho knew the standard protocol. His species had a non-intervention agreement with human exploration teams. Rescuing the pod would breach multiple interstellar diplomatic protocols. He could lose his research credentials, face potential exile, and disrupt years of carefully maintained professional relationships. But something within him, a curiosity, perhaps a deeper sense of compassion, prompted action. With precise calculations, he maneuvered his research vessel. Quantum tractor beams extended, carefully capturing the tumbling exploration pod. The movement was delicate, almost like catching a wounded bird. Years of scientific training merged with an unexpected humanitarian impulse. As the pod was pulled into his vessel's emergency retrieval chamber, Siak-Ho initiated decontamination and pressurization sequences. Specialized medical robots prepared to assess the potential survivor's condition. The pod's exterior was a mess of scorched metal and fractured protective layers. When the inner seal finally opened, Siak-Ho saw her, a human female, barely conscious, her environmental suit torn and oxygen levels critically low. She was young, perhaps in her early 30s, with dark hair matted with blood and emergency sealant. Her breathing was shallow, each breath a struggle against massive internal injuries. Standard medical scans revealed multiple fractures, severe internal bleeding, and oxygen deprivation. Most of his species would have left her to die. Humans were considered unpredictable, sometimes aggressive competitors in the galactic exploration landscape. But Siak-Ho saw something else, a living being fighting for survival. His medical bay hummed to life. Advanced regenerative frequencies calibrated specifically for human physiological structures began their complex work. Nano-repair systems moved through her bloodstream, mending cellular damage, stabilizing critical organs. Hours passed. Siak-Ho monitored her condition, adjusting treatment parameters, watching her body slowly respond to the advanced healing technologies. It was like watching a delicate machine being carefully reconstructed, piece by intricate piece. As her vital signs stabilized, he noticed something remarkable. Her cellular regeneration was responding with unexpected resilience. Where his people might have required weeks of treatment, her body was adapting, fighting, recovering with an intensity that surprised even his experienced medical systems. The emergency chamber's ambient lighting shifted, mimicking natural circadian rhythms to support her recovery. Soft blue-green hues created a calming environment designed to reduce physiological stress. Siak-Ho realized he had done more than just rescue a random human explorer. He had potentially altered the course of his own scientific career, and perhaps something much larger. When her eyes finally flickered open, meeting his alien gaze, he would understand that this moment was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The universe, in its infinite complexity, had brought two very different beings together, through chance, through an unexpected act of compassion, through a rescue that would soon change everything. The medical bay hummed with soft, rhythmic frequencies. Una Park's body absorbed the healing energies, her cells repairing themselves faster than any standard human medical technology could achieve. Xiaoko watched carefully, his multi-lens eyes tracking every subtle change in her biological signals. Her consciousness flickered between darkness and awareness. Dreams mixed with fragmented memories, asteroid fields, mission protocols, sudden, unexpected violence. When she finally opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was Xiaoko's alien silhouette, backlit by the medical chamber's soft blue light. "Where am I?" she whispered, her voice dry and weak. "Safe," Xiaoko responded in perfect human dialect. "You are aboard my research vessel. I found your exploration pod in the asteroid field." Una tried to move, but discovered her body was still, recovering. Medical nanobots crawled beneath her skin, repairing damage, rebuilding tissue. She recognized the technology was far more advanced than anything humans currently possessed. "My mission," she muttered, attempting to focus. "I need to report." Xiaoko approached, offering a small container of specialized hydration fluid. "Drink slowly. Your body is still recovering." As she sipped, fragments of her mission began to resurface. She was a geological survey specialist, sent to investigate rare mineral deposits in the Outer Rim territories. Something had gone terribly wrong during her expedition, an unexpected encounter that threatened to destabilize entire planetary systems. The medical bay's diagnostic screens showed her vital signs stabilizing. Xiaoko noticed her military-grade tattoo, a small encoded identifier on her inner wrist. It confirmed her status as a United Earth Exploration Command officer. "You were lucky," Xiaoko explained. "Your pod suffered multiple structural failures. Most biological entities would not have survived such extensive damage." Una managed a weak smile. "Looks like I'm not most biological entities." Her mission data was encrypted within a small quantum storage device embedded in her communication implant. The information she carried was potentially world-changing. Details about a complex network of interstellar tensions that could spark a massive conflict. Xiaoko understood something significant was happening. Rescuing her was no longer just a medical intervention. It had become something much larger. As hours passed, Una's strength returned. The medical nanobots worked efficiently, reconstructing damaged neural pathways, repairing cellular structures. Her military training and exceptional physical conditioning helped accelerate her recovery. "My government will want to debrief you," she explained to Xiaoko. "Rescuing a UEEC officer isn't a simple medical procedure. It's a diplomatic event." Xiaoko knew she was correct. His single act of saving her life had potentially created an unprecedented diplomatic situation. Most of his species would avoid such complications. But he was different, driven by scientific curiosity and a unique sense of moral responsibility. The medical bay's holographic displays showed her complete physiological reconstruction. Every cellular structure had been meticulously repaired. She was not just healed, she was enhanced. "Tell me about your mission," Xiaoko requested, understanding that information could be crucial. Una hesitated, then realized this alien researcher had already saved her life. Trust seemed like a reasonable next step. "We discovered something in the Outer Rim," she began. "A technological threat that could destabilize multiple star systems. My team was gathering evidence when we were attacked." Xiaoko's multi-lens eyes focused intently. The way she described the encounter suggested something far more complex than a simple exploration mission. Their conversation marked the beginning of an unexpected alliance. A single act of compassion had brought two different species together, creating a potential bridge across unimaginable cosmic distances. Outside the medical bay's reinforced windows, stars continued their silent, eternal dance, witnesses to a moment that would soon change everything. The research vessel's central communication room buzzed with tension. Una stood beside Xiaoko, her recovered strength evident in her precise movements. Her mission data projected holographic images of complex star system networks, revealing a web of potential conflicts that could destroy entire civilizations. The threat isn't just territorial, Yuna explained, her fingers manipulating floating digital markers. We're talking about a technological weapon system that could disable entire planetary defense networks in seconds. Sayako analyzed the data with scientific precision. Each projection showed intricate connections between seemingly unrelated star systems. Quantum communication patterns suggested a coordinated effort by multiple unknown entities to destabilize established galactic territories. Most remarkable was the weapon's design. It wasn't a traditional military technology but a complex quantum disruption network capable of shutting down critical infrastructure across entire star sectors. The implications were devastating. Your human governments know about this? Sayako asked, his voice calm and analytical. Yuna shook her head. Only a small reconnaissance team. That's why my mission was critical. We needed concrete evidence before triggering a potential interstellar response. Her survival now meant something far more significant than a simple rescue. She carried information that could prevent a massive conflict, potentially saving millions of lives across multiple species and planetary systems. Sayako's scientific training battled with his growing sense of moral responsibility. Helping Yuna meant breaking multiple diplomatic protocols. His research career, his professional reputation, everything he had built would be at risk. I can help you transmit this data, he said after careful consideration. But the political consequences will be significant. Yuna understood the risk. Her rescue by an alien scientist, combined with her mission's critical data, would create unprecedented diplomatic complications. Standard protocols didn't cover scenarios like this. Their alliance formed not through official channels, but through a shared understanding of potential galactic consequences. Sayako's curiosity and Yuna's determination created an unexpected partnership. The research vessel's advanced communication systems began encrypting the mission data. Quantum encryption layers would ensure the information's security, protecting it from potential interception. Each data packet was carefully constructed, containing geological surveys, technological analysis, and potential threat assessments. Your people will want to interrogate you, Sayako mentioned. A human survivor, rescued by an alien researcher, carrying critical mission data. Yuna smiled. They'll have questions. Lots of questions. Their conversation revealed deeper layers of complexity. Yuna's mission wasn't just a standard exploration task. She had been part of a specialized reconnaissance team, tracking a technological threat that could reshape galactic power structures. The quantum communication systems began transmitting encrypted data bursts. Each transmission carried potential, world-changing information, routed through multiple secure channels designed to prevent interception. Sayako realized he was no longer just a researcher. He had become a critical link in preventing a potential interstellar conflict. His simple act of rescuing Yuna had transformed him from an academic observer to an active participant in galactic diplomacy. We'll need a strategic communication plan, Yuna said, her military training evident in her systematic approach. Your involvement complicates everything. Sayako agreed. His rescue of a human explorer would challenge existing diplomatic frameworks. His species would view his actions as controversial, potentially threatening his entire professional career. Outside the communication room's reinforced windows, distant stars continued their silent dance. Unaware of the critical conversations happening within this small research vessel, they witnessed the beginning of an unexpected alliance that could change everything. The universe, in its infinite complexity, had brought two very different beings together, through chance, through an unexpected act of compassion, and through a shared understanding of something much larger than their individual experiences. The sudden appearance of massive energy signatures around Sayako's research vessel broke the calm of deep space. Quantum slip-space distortions announced the arrival of a human battleship, a massive technological marvel that dwarfed the small research vessel. Yuna's body tensed. She recognized the ship's configuration immediately. This was no ordinary military vessel but a specialized diplomatic intervention craft. Advanced sensor arrays extended from its hull, scanning every microscopic detail of their surroundings. Vessel identified, requesting immediate data transfer and subject verification, a stern voice commanded through communication channels. Siak-Ho's multi-lens eyes tracked the battleship's precise movements. Its approach was calculated, designed to demonstrate overwhelming technological superiority without appearing overtly aggressive. Quantum shield generators created a protective bubble around both vessels, preventing any potential unexpected confrontations. "They're here for me," Yuna whispered to Siak-Ho. "And for you." The battleship's exterior was a marvel of human engineering. Sleek metallic surfaces absorbed and redirected radiation, making traditional scanning technologies virtually ineffective. Weapon systems remained powered but deliberately non-targeted, a diplomatic show of potential force. Communication protocols activated. Multiple encryption layers began complex handshake sequences, verifying identities and mission parameters. Yuna's embedded communication implant began transmitting authentication codes, confirming her status as a United Earth Exploration Command officer. Siak-Ho remained calm, his scientific training helping him process the overwhelming sensory information. Most alien researchers would panic. He saw this as an extraordinary scientific observation opportunity. Standard procedure requires complete debriefing, the battleship's communication system continued. Prepare for immediate personnel transfer and mission review. Yuna understood the implications. Her rescue by an alien scientist combined with her critical mission data had triggered a high-level diplomatic response. This was no routine recovery operation. The battleship's primary docking mechanism extended, a massive mechanical arm designed for precise vessel connections. Quantum stabilization fields activated, creating a perfect seal between the two spacecraft. Advanced decontamination systems began their intricate protocols. Siak-Ho noticed subtle details. The battleship's approach wasn't just military, it carried diplomatic undertones, suggesting a more complex mission than simple personnel recovery. "My government will want to understand how an alien researcher rescued a critical mission specialist," Yuna explained. "This isn't a standard first contact scenario." The docking procedure completed with remarkable precision. Pressure equalization systems synchronized, creating a seamless connection between the two vessels. Advanced robotic systems prepared for personnel transfer. Siak-Ho realized his entire scientific career had changed in moments. Rescuing a human explorer had transformed him from a routine researcher to a potential diplomatic bridge between species. The battleship's primary airlock began its opening sequence. Yuna straightened her posture, her military training evident in every movement. Siak-Ho stood beside her, representing something entirely unexpected, an alien who had chosen compassion over protocol. A massive figure emerged from the airlock. Tall, weathered, with multiple service medals indicating decades of interstellar military experience. Admiral Park, no relation to Yuna, surveyed the research vessel's interior with calculating eyes. "Lieutenant Yuna Park," the Admiral's voice carried years of command experience. "And our unexpected alien friend." Yuna saluted professionally. Siak-Ho remained calm, understanding that this moment represented something far larger than a simple rescue operation. The universe had brought them together, through chance, through an unexpected act of compassion, and through a shared understanding that transcended species boundaries. Outside, distant stars continued their silent watch. Unaware of the critical moment unfolding, they witnessed the potential beginning of something extraordinary. Admiral Park's office aboard the massive battleship felt both clinical and charged with potential. Siak-Ho sat across from the weathered military leader, his alien physiology contrasting sharply with the human's structured environment. Yuna stood nearby, serving as an unexpected bridge between two seemingly incompatible worlds. "Your actions are unprecedented," the Admiral said, studying Siak-Ho's data profile. "Rescuing a human explorer goes against standard diplomatic protocols of your species." Siak-Ho remained calm. His scientific training had prepared him for complex interactions, but nothing quite like this moment. The quantum data from Yuna's mission lay exposed, a critical piece of evidence that could prevent a massive interstellar conflict. The Admiral's proposal was simple yet revolutionary. Siak-Ho would become a diplomatic liaison, bridging the communication gap between humans and his alien species. His unique perspective as a scientist who chose compassion over protocol made him invaluable. "We're offering you more than a diplomatic position," Yuna interjected. "We're offering a chance to prevent a war that could destroy multiple star systems." The mission data revealed a complex threat. Multiple alien coalitions were developing a technological weapon capable of dismantling entire planetary defense networks. Siako's analysis, combined with Yuna's reconnaissance, provided a crucial understanding of the impending danger. Outside the battleship's reinforced windows, distant stars seemed to watch the unfolding conversation. Centuries of species separation were being challenged in this single moment. Admiral Park pushed a holographic contract across the table. It represented more than a job offer. It was an invitation to reshape interstellar diplomatic understanding. Siako's rescue of Yuna had transformed from a simple act of compassion to a potential turning point in galactic relations. "Your people will oppose this," the Admiral warned. "You'll be challenging centuries of established diplomatic protocols." Siako understood the consequences. Accepting this position meant leaving behind his comfortable research life. He would become a target for political opponents, a controversial figure challenging established interspecies boundaries. Yuna's presence provided unexpected support. Her mission report highlighted Siako's critical role, not just as a rescuer, but as a potential key to preventing a massive conflict. The battleship's advanced communication systems hummed with potential. Each quantum transmission carried the weight of potentially world-changing information. Siako's decision would ripple across multiple star systems, challenging existing diplomatic frameworks. "I accept," he said simply. The words hung in the air, carrying more weight than their simple pronunciation suggested. One act of compassion had transformed everything. A single decision to save a human explorer had opened a door to a completely new understanding. Admiral Park allowed a rare smile. Yuna's eyes reflected a mixture of relief and excitement. They understood this was more than a diplomatic appointment. This was the beginning of something unprecedented. News would spread quickly. Researchers, diplomats, and political leaders across multiple species would learn about the alien scientist who chose compassion over protocol. Siako would become a symbol of something larger than himself. The battleship's systems began processing the new diplomatic liaison. Quantum communication channels prepared to broadcast the unprecedented alliance. Standard communication protocols would be rewritten, challenged, transformed. Outside, the universe continued its silent dance. Distant stars witnessed a moment that would be remembered as a critical turning point in interstellar relations. Siako looked at Yuna, then at the Admiral. He had started this journey as a simple researcher. Now, he was about to become something much more. A bridge between worlds, a symbol of unexpected understanding, one rescue, one moment of compassion, an entire galaxy about to change.